What is a clinical attachment and how can you secure one in the UK? Hi guys, my name is Shoaib Batsuri and I'm a Nigerian trained medical doctor currently working in the NHS. In one of my previous videos, I talked about how a clinical attachment can help boost your CV while you're waiting to secure your first NHS job. So in this video, I'm just going to talk about what a clinical attachment is and how you can secure one. Okay, so let's dive right into it. What is a clinical attachment? So a clinical attachment is a period of observership where you attach to a clinical practitioner, usually a consultant or a GP, for a period of time. So it's a period of observing what happens around the NHS, just to familiarize yourself with what is going on in the NHS. You are not responsible for any patient. You don't treat any patient. You don't get involved in anything like that. Okay, so it's purely an observership role. Okay, but it's to familiarize yourself with what's going on in the NHS. All right, now how can you secure a clinical attachment? One of the first ways is to just type on Google clinical attachments near me and you basically see it pop up. So most of those ones are already established clinical attachment programs in these NHS trusts, so you can go ahead and apply. Just that most of them have a certain period of time where they accept doctors into the clinical attachment program, so make sure you find out. The next thing is to contact human resources, which is HR. You can do this by Googling the NHS trust you're interested in, or NHS trust in a particular area or region you're interested in, and then getting the contact details of the hospital and messaging, emailing, or calling the contact number and then asking for the HR. So when you get the HR, let them know you're a newly qualified medical doctor with your GMC registration and everything, and you are looking to do a clinical attachment. Okay, so most of the time they will ask you to look for a supervisor. Other times they just send you a form and then you fill it in and then they'll sort out the rest. Okay, so if they ask you to find a supervisor, it brings you to the next way you can get a clinical attachment, which is directly contacting the consultants. So for most NHS trusts, they have the numbers of all the consultants on their website. So you just go to the website. The departments are arranged from A to Z. Just click on the department you are interested in and get the contact details of the consultant. Or you can go through LinkedIn, you check for the NHS trust and the consultants under the NHS trust, and then you message them. So when you're messaging them, please be respectful and professional. Introduce yourself and tell them why you are emailing them and you're interested in doing a clinical attachment, and you need a supervisor to do that. Most of the time they help you out with the process. Other times they direct you back to HR, who will send you a form that you fill, and then you continue the rest process. So once they've accepted that, okay, you're coming into the clinical attachment program, some of the trusts usually ask you to pay for it depending on the duration. So it's usually between 2 weeks to 6 weeks. It could be more, I'm not sure, but the ones I saw were between 2 weeks to 6 weeks, and you make a payment. Sometimes I think it's between £90 to about £350, £400, depending on the duration and the trust. Okay, you make your payment and then you start the process. So some of the things you need to get ready before you apply for your clinical attachment, or before you can start your clinical attachment, is one, an updated CV, your certificate, your GMC registration. Although some trusts can let you do a clinical attachment after PLAB 2 because you're not really doing anything clinical, but it's good to have your GMC registration before applying, boost your chances as well. Then you need a DBS. A DBS is just like a database search where they check if you're a criminal or not. So it's about £50, but once you do it, you can put it on the update system where you have to pay £13 every year, but it's very important because you would need it in the future if you're going to work in the NHS. Okay, the next is your immunization history. So it's something you should have printed out, but if you don't have it, not to worry. I personally was invited by the trust I intended to do my clinical attachment in. They invited me over to do like an occupational health screening where they'll do some tests and then give me the vaccines or immunization that I don't have. All right, So if you have one, great. If you don't have, not to worry, just let them know and they will sort it out. Okay, so these are the major things that you need to get ready. You should also sort out your accommodation and feeding and transport. So some of the trusts will provide you with an accommodation because it's temporary and it's a short period of time. Others will ask you to sort that out on your own. So please make sure you find out what the plan is before you go into it. All right. Another thing is that clinical attachment does not come with certificate of sponsorship or COS. So for an international medical graduate, it would be better to do your clinical attachment when you come for your PLAB under your visitor's visa. So for Nigerians, I think we get 6 months visitor's visa. So try to write an exam during the first month of the visa, and then 1 month for your results to come out, another few weeks to sort out your GMC registration. You can actually even already start applying then, and that gives you enough time to sort out the application and then do the clinical attachment before your visa time runs out. Okay, but if not to worry, you will have to apply for another visitor's visa to come and do the clinical attachment. Is it compulsory? No, it is not compulsory to do clinical attachment before you get a job in the NHS. People just do it so that they can refresh themselves clinically, find out how the NHS works, gain some experience on how the NHS works, and then just boost their chances of getting a job. I don't know if it actually boosts your chance of getting a job in the NHS. Well, rumor has it that if you do a clinical attachment with a trust, you are likely to get a job with that said trust. Okay, so that's just the nitty-gritty about a clinical attachment. I hope this video helps clarify any doubts on how to get a clinical attachment. If you have any questions, please leave it in the comment section. If you have more knowledge about this subject, kindly leave it in the comment section so that others will benefit as well. So if you found value in this video, kindly give it a thumbs up and leave any questions or comments in the comment section as well. Kindly subscribe if you haven't. Please, I do appreciate all my subscribers, so please subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Ciao.